Hey, ba-dum-bum-bum-ba-da-da-da. Welcome to KocoSports Weekly Lucha Underground Review. As always, I am the huge one, Dave Koco from KocoSports.net or KocoSports.com. It's where the world goes to not be updated. And pro wrestling, well, fucking, I go like I sees them. And ProWrestling.me, where we're trying to start a social, I'm what I would describe ProWrestling.me as, or the dream is, that it's a pro rest bar. Like, because you go on these Facebook pages, you go on these YouTube pages, and people are just douches. There's not that many people in the business. There's not that many economists. I don't know about you. You use Facebook like the real way. I fucking just accept everyone. I know two economists in real life. During presidential season, I know 9 billion. How many economists are there? Anyway, that has nothing to do with this show. We want ProWrestling.me to be like a pro rest bar where people just come in, hang out, and talk. Because when you're face to face, you're not as big of a douche. Well, most people ain't. So that's what I'm going to try to do. And a place where it's okay to be a passionate fan and you can plug your stuff the appropriate way. And so it should be a lot of fun. All right. And as always, more as always than me, LK. LK, how does it feel to be running this show 24/7 all the time?
It's a burden that I bear, and it'll be a burden I bear till I die. It's an emotional roller coaster. I'm so proud of myself. I want if before you go to bed tonight, okay, just take a moment and realize I just sat through out of my 24-hour day. I spent 2 hours of it watching TNA Impact Wrestling.
All right, we'll save that for the next show. Jesus fucking Christ, TNA Impact Wrestling. We'll save that for another review. As always, we ask you win, loss, or tie. Or as in the case of the season premiere, I gave it a perfect. I thought it was absolutely awesome. For week 2, I'm not giving it a perfect. I'm giving it a win now. I still enjoyed it. It's just, I think it's the best product out there when it comes to sports entertainment. It's the perfect combination of lucha, professional wrestling, and sports entertainment. And if you want to go pure sports, Jim Cornette, you should just go to New Japan. And so, like, if you're like totally into the athletic aspect of it, I think New Japan is the best in the world. If you're going, I want to be entertained and see great athletes, I think Lucha Underground is the best in the world. I really do. And I thought even tonight they teased. Like, this is the thing about Lucha Underground. You can tell they're passionate pro wrestling fans because they tease horrible things and deliver great things. And the reason I think they do that and why they are great is because you watch the two main American products and your mind automatically assumes it's going to do the worst fucking thing possible. You're just like, oh, I know what's going to happen because I'm conditioned for pro wrestling to suck. And Lucha Underground's like, not so fast, my fellow friend. I am in the business of being awesome. And I'm like, holy shit! Holy shit! There's only one thing I can knock. We'll save that for the main event. It's the only thing where I'm like, come on. Lucha Underground, you're in the business of being awesome. That wasn't awesome. But besides that, still give it a huge win. When it comes to national TV spots, not counting Japan, and even maybe counting Japan, it was the best show on television this week as far as the pro wrestling landscape goes. And I give it a win. Not a perfect. Last week's was a million times better, but still a win. Okay, win, loss, tie, perfect.
Yeah, I'm looking for the win. I think it's a win. It's definitely not a tie, definitely not a loss, not a perfect. But when I watch Lucha Underground, it's the only show that I will sit down with. Because obviously I don't get it live, just on England TV. So you have to wait the next day for it to be uploaded on a Thursday. So on a Thursday, about 6 p.m., a family was having dinner. I said, look, I don't get to watch anything on the TV that I want to watch. Can I please have some time to watch some on the TV? So I load up the PlayStation 4. I go on the internet browser. I type in watchwrestling.ch. It all comes up, so well and good. Upload it. Full screen Lucha Underground. It was the first time everyone sat in their seat. No one moved. Because they were entertained. They said, this is so different, isn't it? I'm like, yes, it is. You're sports entertained. You are sports entertained.
And that's the thing, like, too, like, I always, because right now, I think my 4th book, it has a pro wrestling, it's not a pro wrestling book, I assure you, because They're fucking crazy. But my book has a lot of pro wrestling in it. I think it's my third or fourth book coming down the line. I don't know. Publishers are fucking crazy. But we're working on it. So I have to show pro wrestling to people that would never watch pro wrestling. You know, I'm like, okay, well, this is what happens in pro wrestling. This is what this is. This is what that is. And not once. I've never told them TNA and WWE are different companies. And not once does it come up. They've never considered it to be different companies, ever. When you put in Lucha Underground, you put in New Japan, they're like, oh, what is this? Like, I have one friend, co-writer of this project, and he goes, oh, man, he saw Wrestle Kingdom 10, he saw, like, the season finale of Lucha Underground, and he saw Kurt Angle versus Shane McMahon at King of the Ring. And he goes, this pro wrestling stuff isn't too bad. And I'm like, God, you have no idea. You have no idea. So, yeah, I think, you know, the only thing that's stopping Lucha Underground, in my opinion, is people watching it. I honestly do. I think if people watched it, like, I could see this going on a major channel and being successful. And it's completely different. It's completely entertaining. And I enjoy it. I enjoy it. And besides one mistake, you know, and that's the thing. All right, we watched, let's say, the last 4 episodes. I could say there's probably been, including the, you know, season finale. Let's say the last 5 episodes. I could count on one hand how many mistakes they've done. Put on any other American product, I'm like, that was horrible, that was horrible, that was horrible, that was horrible. You're so negative. All right. That fucking non-title match that ended in a double fucking count-out where Stephanie McMahon slapped the whole roster, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was. You know what I mean? Like, no, why not just hold people to a fucking standard of what you like? God forbid you do that. God forbid a fucking reviewer goes, you know what? This is what's good. This is what's bad. A lot of stuff is bad. Oh, no. I mean, can you imagine? Now, I'm sure they do this in the UK. There's movie reviewers. I asked Boom Boom this off the air. Every newspaper has usually their critic. You know, usually it's a college professor who also teaches screenwriting at your local university. Could you imagine being a local television show and be like, here's our local critic, and he opens up the statement by going, oh, I'm a positive reviewer. I asked Boom Boom what he would do, and he's like, I would just go to weather. The interview would be over. Like, what the? You're a positive reviewer? What? Like, can you imagine you're about to buy a house? Anyone who ever buys a house, there's going to be someone that fucking reviews it. If you buy a car, there's going to be someone who checks it out. Can you imagine, like, yeah, I just bought this house. It's a bit old, a bit ancient. Oh, yeah, okay, no problem. We'll see if the house is good to go, blah, blah, blah. They do an inspection. And they're like, hey, I'm positive at these inspections. Like, no. This is my fucking livelihood. Dick, you better fucking tell me if it's good or bad. And you're like, oh, I could tell you the wall is going to crumble, but you know what? That's just, fuck you. Just fuck you. That's my point. Let's break down Lucha Underground, shall we? All right. Boop, boop, boop. We start off. It's Prince Puma. Oh, by the way, I'm reading these off WrestleInc.com. And I hate going to the same website. I'm always like, you know what? I'll just Google and whatever pops up. But, dude, there's so many bad fucking websites for fucking reading results. All right? It's a 1-hour show. I don't want to click 7 times. All right? It's a 1-hour show. I don't want fucking 97 goddamn pop-ups. Wrestling Inc., we have nothing to do with you. Absolutely nothing. Wrestling Inc. has no idea we exist. I've never met the Wrestling Inc. guys. You're not assholes. Congratulations. You got my seal of fucking approval. So I'm reading the results off WrestlingLink.com. Puma is working out backstage, interrupted by Pentagon Jr. They did a lot of cinematic-type brawls, and I'm okay with this, but I could see why some people wouldn't like it. But here's the thing. If you turn on Lucha Underground, you know it's different. You can't say that about 99% of the products out there. I enjoy it. It doesn't bother me at all. You know, Puma looks into Pentagon's eyes and walks off. It starts off with a match, and this is it. Like, this is my humble opinion. There's 3 matches. They tease shit on 2 of them, and they deliver shit on the 3rd one, as far as booking style goes. You got Johnny Mundo versus Killshot, and my mind automatically goes, "Oh, poor fucking Killshot. Oh well, Johnny Mundo's there. Fucking, we'll see what happens." But no, the match. Granted, Johnny Mundo wins, but Killshot looks fucking amazing in it. You know, the crowd was behind it. Overall, I think it's one of those, and Stryker said it best in New Japan, their strong style. If you're a great wrestler, you don't have to win. No wrestling ranting. I don't want to read your tweets about Bray Wyatt. But if you're a great wrestler, you don't have to fucking win. And, they mentioned that, how Killshot had fighting spirit and, the believers were getting behind him. I enjoyed the match. I enjoyed that Johnny Mundo had a cheat. I thought the referee was a little ridiculous. I'm like, come on, guy. Come on, guy. What the fuck are you doing down there? Did you lose a contact lens? But moving on. So I was going into this match going, oh, well, it's the premiere of Season 2 of Johnny Mundo. Poor fucking Killshot. And then I left going, wow. They made fucking Killshot look strong, and they made Johnny Mundo look more heelish. Mission accomplishment. Fucking salute to you. And I love. Oh, who the fuck is the commentary? Not Vampiro, but the other guy, Matt Stryker. I love Matt Stryker more than a straight man should, but holy shit, is he a million times better in fucking Lucha Underground than New Japan?
Oh, fuck yes,
dude. Dear Matt Stryker, if you come to New Japan and do that again, a fat white guy, not me, a fat white guy with a small penis, not me, will fucking gum from his seats, not me, and fucking just step up on the fucking little fucking desk you got, whip out a small penis, and piss on you. There's no fucking way you should be that unfucking professional again. You made fucking Johnny Mundo and his fucking finisher move. You sold that like $1 million fucking bucks. And then you're fucking making Star Wars jokes at Wrestle Kingdom 10? Not on my fucking turf. I mean, someone else will fucking whip out their small dick and piss on you, you motherfucker. Goddamn, coming to the goddamn Tokyo Dome, fucking making horrible Star Wars jokes. What do you think this is? Our chat room? Fuck you. What the fuck is wrong with you? Fucking goddamn. Sorry, man. Just let it go. I can't let it go. I can't let it go. Holy
the chat room popped me. The chat room joke popped me.
Oh my fucking god. Come on, man. Overall, I thought this was absolutely amazing. I enjoyed it, and once again, I thought it was going to be shit, and they delivered me a wonderful New York-style pizza. Your thoughts on Johnny Mundo Killshot?
Oh, just get over the chat room joke. That was great. I enjoyed it.
We love you, chat room, but dude, Monday Night Raw had to be the worst chat room experience ever. Dude, I had someone, and the worst part is they would hit me on social media like, what were your thoughts on Star Wars? I'm like, okay, I understand if it just came out, but it's been like months. I love you. I love you, chat room. All right, go ahead. What did you think of Johnny Mundo versus Killshot?
I enjoyed it. Like you said, it got Killshot over, it got Johnny Mundo over. It was a great effort from both. I loved the part at the end where Cage came out and they did that teasing gimmick, and obviously looking forward to Cage versus Mundo coming up in a few weeks. That could be interesting. I enjoyed it. It was a good, fast-paced match, kick off the show. It just gets you in the mood. Like every Lucha Underground show starts with Lucha, fast-paced action. That's what you expect.
Yeah, and afterwards, Mundo grabs the mic, calls out Mil Muertes. Cage comes out, they challenge each other, blah, 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 blah. He does a sneak attack move and all that bullshit. It was pretty good, but here's one thing. I didn't know how I felt about the Mil Muertes sitting there with his fucking throne, but 2 episodes in, I'm like, oh no, I'm on fucking board. Because, like, it just makes the title seem important, because at any moment, you can be like, that's what I want, motherfuckers, right there, you. Hey, you, over there. So, yeah. Botch Spot made a funny comic about Lucha Underground. I don't know if you followed Botch Spot, but they have it where he's just like, it's in between shows and he's yelling at the cotton candy guy and he's like, dude, these tapings are like 8 hours long. I need fucking food. I totally slaughtered that. It's a lot funnier comic than that, but you should check it out. All right, next we go. And I don't know, Cage versus Mundo seems like it would be a good matchup. Yeah, so I did find it though, like when Mundo cut off Cage, I was like, you don't fucking do that to Cage, you fucking ungry. Like I was actually like legit angry. It's the first time, because usually when they cut off, I'm like, oh, whatever. I'm like, you don't cut off Cage. What the fuck is wrong with you? But I'm looking forward to that match. Next, you go to a vignette. I guess is that the correct word? Sexy Star is handcuffed to a chair. And Marty the Moth has a butterfly or a moth and a cat. I'm not really sure what the fuck is going on. And he says something about his sister, and we're returning to the temple, but she won't be alone. And I found this as creepy as shit, but I think that was the point of it. I was just like, what the fuck? This is creepy, some fucking creepy shit. So what did you think of the Sexy Star thing?
When you watch the match, put your wrestling hat on. The minute that match is over, flick that fucker off. Flick it off. You're watching a TV show. You're watching Dexter. You're watching Chuck. You're watching fucking Luther. You're watching whatever the fuck comes to your mind. That's what you're watching. What that part of the show is not wrestling. Okay, get that through your mind. If you have that in your mind, this show is a win every single week. But people like Cornette seem to realize this is a wrestling show.
Cornette doesn't like anything. That's it. He doesn't like anything. I love Jim Cornette. He doesn't like anything.
He's stuck in 1981, okay?
No, he's not. No, he's not. He hates everything. Go fucking show him. Hit him in the fucking head, get him drunk, give him fucking vodka, and go show him 80s wrestling. Go show him the fucking scaffold match. Go show him a guy with a tennis racket yelling. If he fucking forgets that was him, he would hate it. So what the fuck, man? Guy got a tennis racket yelling fucking ringside? Bullshit. Goddamn scaffold match? Bullshit. He does not like anything. And I love you because I'm fucking cranky, but there's nothing you like that you would not. Jim Cornette, the podcaster, would hate Jim Cornette in the Midnight Express. End of fucking story. He would. He would fucking be like, who the fuck is this guy with a tennis racket? There ain't tennis and goddamn pro wrestling. Fucking Midnight Express. Oh, fucking just switch out fucking opponents. What you fucking think this is? The Freebirds? Oh, a scaffold match? This ain't pro wrestling. Big Boss Man doesn't catch me? Oh, it's all coming back. That sucked. Even back then. So, yeah. But, yeah, the Sexy Star thing I thought to be creepy. But the thing is, like, I'm glad at the end because, like, I had mixed feelings. I was like, oh, these are creepy. This is kind of cool. But, like, what the fuck? We don't get to see Sexy Star this year? Because I imagine she was going to be trapped forever. And then he's like, no, we're going back to the temple. And I'm like, all right. We're bringing back Sexy Star. Everything is fine. No need to panic. So there you go. And then next we have the PJ Black thing, vignettes, where he's Darewolf. Here's the thing, and this is just nitpicking. I think you should go back to the arena. I don't think you should have vignette after vignette. You know, I think like there should be live action in between vignettes, but that's just small nitpick. That's just a small nitpick.
I'm the opposite. Because I like how, because you know, matches take like 10 minutes. I like how you get very long parts where it's just a TV show because it's a TV show. Like every TV show.
I just like a mix. I like a mix. It's not enough to argue about it, but I just think a mix, baby. Let's get a mixed bag. The PJ Black thing is, I don't know.
The usual. Lucha Underground. The usual.
Yeah. Like, no, because like a lot of you can describe. Like PJ Black is just like, hey, I'm PJ Black, and I ride a motorcycle and I beat people up, and I'm like, I thought it was definitely the weakest vignette they've ever done.
Yeah.
I think by far, like they are the master of vignettes, and I'm just like I think PJ Black like showed up and they're just like, all right, we got motorcycles, we got a guy with long hair and a lucha mask, shoot it. Yeah, we're good. One take, we're good. I give props to the vignettes, but I think it was the worst vignette ever.
Yeah, but you got to remember these are like they're shot like they're films / TV shows.
Yeah, but even that, still. If I ranked all the vignettes, this would be dead last.
Oh, yeah, you would even be your top 50.
Yeah, it would be like, what the fuck? Like, I'm pretty sure PJ Black is like, this is what I masturbate to. All right, got it. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the vignette be like, I don't know. I'm going old school here. This ain't how it's done, kids. But it's like a VHS tape, and they're about to pop it in, and like the vignette is PJ Black's masturbation film, PJ Black's wet dream. All right, so then you got the Darewolf, PJ Black, which the way they edited it, cut it, the fans just looked amazing. Then you had the Mac, who I'm a huge fan of. One thing I don't like, and I don't know if it was good or bad, I guess I'm different, was Vampiro's like, I don't know who the fuck this guy is. Okay, Vampiro, Jesus Christ. I don't know if he did that shit on purpose to be like, hey, WWE and all that bullshit doesn't matter, or if he did it because he's just like, fuck, I gotta say something and I'm cranky. Who the fuck is PJ Black? The Mac, I like the fact that the Mac, I love the fact that the Mac finally won the crowd over. You know, they were both excited. And this is the thing. The Mac wins. And I know that's like, oh, well, who cares? No, who cares? That's huge. And to book pro wrestling right, you use stars. I don't know. I am passionately, deeply believe in this. I believe in it tremendously. And any company that you ever fucking see me run, like, people would be like, oh, I can't believe the local guys beat WWE. I'm like, well, the local guys are going to be here tomorrow, motherfucker. You think Dustin Rhodes is coming back tomorrow? So I fucking booked shows where if you were coming into my company, you fucking lost. You just fucking lost. Vince tries to say he does this, but it's bullshit. And this is why it's bullshit when Vince does it. If you come from Hollywood, WWE gives you anything. If you come from WWE, TNA gives you everything. And I was just like, oh, well, here's PJ Black. He's a national star. Here's the Mac. He's kind of a Lucha Lucha Underground mid-carder / indie darling. Oh, well, PJ Black wins. Like, there was no doubt in my mind PJ Black wins. When dear indie promoters, dear anyone who has the book, if you bring in a star and they beat your guys, your product looks like shit. Example, Hollywood, WWE, TNA. There's no fucking way. There's no way you should do that. And a lot of people are like, well, how would you do it? Go look at my shows. Go ask any wrestler who worked for me. WWE wrestler, WCW wrestler, ECW wrestler. Ask any local wrestler that never made it. How did I book it? Oh, okay, cool. You're coming in. You're going to put over our guys. Because guess what? That audience, that's their fucking heroes. And we're going to show that their fucking heroes can hang. They don't do that. Remember how AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, all those guys were booked? The Rock beat CM Punk? That's insane. That's insane. So I'm just like, well, fucking pro wrestling sucks. PJ Black is going to beat the Mac, and the Mac wins. And I'm just like, you know what? Finally, someone understands pro wrestling. Finally, someone understands how to get over their fucking talent. Give yourself a fucking Barry Horowitz. Shake some fucking hands. High five babies. Whatever. However you celebrate Lucha Underground Creative. But congratulations. You didn't. You are the only. No, that's not fair. TNA, WWE are the only products that don't care about their products. Look at Ring of Honor. Look at Lucha Underground. Look at New Japan. Or not fucking New Japan. I'm going to put you down. Look at Dragon Gate. Look at promotions. They give a fuck about their guys. So, you know what? Congratulations, Lucha Underground. You fucking did something right. And I know, people are like, because, TMZ and media, all that, they always say, wow, someone didn't cheat on their wife. Look at him, raise him. Look, someone was a decent person. He's a hero. In pro wrestling, doing something right makes you a fucking hero because no one does it. So congratulations. Woo! Lucha Underground did something right. You know what? The fucking landscape is so goddamn horrible. Doing something right makes you a fucking hero. Fuck John Cena, Make-A-Wish. Lucha Underground, you're my fucking hero. Because you did something right. Your thoughts on PJ Black?
Thoughts. Before I get to that, just a point you tried to make. On my fantasy booking of Mania, I said you got Taker and Brock, who aren't going to be there the next week, or the week after that, or the week after that. So it's like, looking at the roster, who could I get over? AJ Styles used to get over, Bray Wyatt goes over. So I said Bray Wyatt over Brock, and then obviously they want Brock to look strong, so obviously box office attraction. Next night on Raw, Brock Lesnar takes out all 4 Wyatt family. Who cares? Bray Wyatt won a Mania. The other one, Styles defeats Taker. Okay, because Taker comes out and says the night before Mania, whatever the fuck they want to do, and then just say, look, it's me. I'm the Undertaker. Why aren't people talking about me? All I hear people talk about is AJ Styles. Have AJ come out. Taker be the bitter old man. Taker and AJ have a great match. AJ can carry old people. Sting at TNA. You know, he can carry Taker to a good match. Taker can ride off into the sunset, put an AJ over. But then in the comments, it's like, oh, that WWE won't put AJ over Taker. It's in their brain that WWE will not put over the younger guys to the casual viewers.
Well, but AJ Styles is a younger guy? Jesus fucking Christ. If he's a younger guy, what the fuck is an old guy?
Dude, I've been told by Jerry the King Lawler that everything AJ Styles did before he went to WWE means absolutely nothing. So that's
not true. That's not true. He just thinks TNA doesn't mean anything. He mentions IWGP.
Jerry Lawler, that's JBL. Jerry Lawler on SmackDown. He says he doesn't. This is his first time seeing AJ Styles because everything he did meant nothing.
He pulled a Vampiro. He's like, "Who the fuck is this guy? I don't fucking know. Someone fucking please update me." All right, now here is, they can't be perfect, and this is why they're not perfect. This is one of those. You know what it is? This is like bowling a 300 game. No, this is like bowling back to back 300 games, and you're like, wow, can I get a fourth 300th game? And you're like, oh, here's a gutter ball. Tag team champions, 3, 2, or fucking 97. Tag team champions are not jobbers to main event. End of fucking story. Do I think the Disciples of Death? Because a lot of people are like, oh, I don't think the masked guys mean anything. And I disagree. I think every masked guy on the show means something except the Disciples of Death. They are literally foot soldiers. If you told me, hey, Disciples of Death are different every time, I would believe you. But hey, they won. Okay, makes sense. Makes storyline. I'm not going to bash it, I disagree. I think someone in the comments, I apologize for not being active in the comments. Real life is really getting in the way of my online activity. I got to get back to that, so I apologize. But someone in online comments are like, oh, well, they're just two masked guys that don't mean anything. And I don't believe that. I believe if you watch season 1, all the masked guys mean something, except the Disciples of Death. I think they're just 3 random fucking foot soldier dudes. They could probably be 18 different guys in the back, and they were just there for storyline purposes. But they are still the 6-man tag team champions. And I have no problem with this. Just add a third guy. The fact that it was 2-on-3 and the champions lost, I understand they're main eventers and you got to make it, but this is a mistake. Tag team champs of any size should not be jobbers to main events. I don't care if you're WWE, TNA, even Lucha Underground. And this is the difference between my reviews and other people's reviews. I have a set of fucking standards for pro wrestling that I try my best not to apologize for. And if this happened in any company, I'd call them out on their bullshit. And you have to. Tag team champions are not made for main event jobbers. They're not. Prince Puma and Pentagon Jr., they couldn't get along, yet they beat the 6-man tag. Like, it was almost like it's probably the easiest win in Lucha Underground main event history. I mean, I can't think of a main event that was easier to win. There's matches, obviously, that were short and they were easy victories to get people over, but they usually don't put them in the main event. I could be wrong, but this could have been the easiest victory in a main event in Lucha Underground history. And I understand you're trying to tell a story. Throw in a third guy. Throw in 3 other guys. Throw in it's just, was the match good? It's above average. I'm not going to lie. Did it tell a great story? Without a doubt. But yeah, you have to call it like you sees them, and there's rules. There's a checklist of what I think, and I do not think tag teams are jobbers to main events, especially tag team champions. I just don't. You basically just beat your 6-man tag with 2 fucking dudes that couldn't get along. Now, granted, is Pentagon Jr., Prince Puma a million times better than the Disciples of Death? Without a doubt. Should the tag team champions be fucking losing like 2 of the main eventers argue the whole time? No. Because when the Disciples of Death beat someone else, how bad is that going to make them look? When the Disciples of Death, they're just fucking, they're bitches, dude. They're bitches. You made them bitches. And they're champions. You have to protect your champions. So you broke, a lot of things you did right, but this main event you did not do right. Storyline-wise, Pentagon, Prince Puma, perfect. Making the Victims tag team champions, absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible. Afterwards, Puma, I'm reading this off Wrestling Inc. Pentagon hits the backstabber on Puma after the match. He sets up to break his arm, but he escapes. So Puma managed to break free, and then they bail out, and that's going to lead to, I imagine, Pentagon Jr. versus Prince Puma feud, which I'm absolutely happy for. If they say, well, this is why I did it, I understand. But you could have told the same story without making the champs look bad. Foot soldiers and stormtroopers are like, a bit much. They're your tag champs. Like, you could have told this story against two heel, or you could have told this story. Let me put it this way: this would be a million times better if it was a 2-on-2 match and the champions weren't involved. A million times better. I'm fucking high-fiving you. I'm giving you fives. I'm throwing money in your face. We're like, woohoo, Lucha Underground. And I said you did everything right. But the fact that your tag team champions just lost 3-2 against two main eventers who fucking hate each other, I say bullshit. At least the Mighty Ducks, A, they were underdogs, and B, there was 3 of them. You know what I mean? Like, I'm talking about the former tag team champs. I don't think they have a name, but I call them the Mighty Ducks because I love them. But yeah, no. There's half of me. If you just look at Prince Puma and Pentagon Jr., perfect. You look at the Disciples of Death, and you're like, no. Bad Lucha Underground. Bad Lucha Underground. Like, hit them with a newspaper. Bad Lucha Underground. But hey, you call them like I see it. I still give it a win. I just think there's rules, and that's the difference between me and other reviewers. When something shitty happens in your favorite promotion, you say it's not that big a deal. I go down a checklist. I'm like, no, hold on. This is a big deal. I love you, Lucha Underground, but this is a big deal. I got it written right here. Rule 976: tag team champions are not jobbers to main events. You should never have 2 guys beat 3 guys unless they're not important, but they are important because you're the tag team champs. Lucha Underground, you're broke rule 996 of Dave Koco's fucking looking for a perfect show. So close. 996. I wonder if I would love, maybe I should make a free ebook where I just fucking put down all my rules. Like what should be. Well, Rule 9, now I have to at least have 996, because I said Rule 996 is tag team champs are not jobbers to main eventers. So what are your thoughts about this? And then we'll talk about the last segment.
Yeah, I think they could have done it so that, because of the tension between the two, they could have had, even the tag champs just rolling one of them up and using the tights to get the win, then you're getting heel heat on the guy. Like, it's that simple. But you could, like you said, you can see why they did it. But they just shouldn't use the tag champs. Fucking Chuck, Mack, and Killshot together. Go out there. You could do the same story of they're going to get over because they put on a great match. And then you just have one of them take the fall. Take Killshot, didn't win this match. Have Killshot go out there, take the fall. And then have, it's just, I don't know. That's just me personally. And then you could have had one of the Disciples of Death versus Mundo at the start, and one of the Disciples of Death versus Mac at the start, because Mac's going to beat them. Mundo's going to beat them. Yeah, who cares? That's just being a nitpicky son of a bitch. But as a whole, though,
hey, Rule 996 is not a nitpick. All right, go on.
WWE do this as well. I remember a time Barrett went on a roll. If this is to WWE fans, if Barrett went on a roll, he would be on a massive winning streak. I was there praying that he would never ever win the Intercontinental Championship. It's like, please, to Coco's God, Terry Funk, please do not let Wade Barrett win that IC title, please. Then he wins the IC title. It's like, yep, bad news, Barrett shirt off, throw it in the bin, won't wear it until he loses the fucking belt. Watch him win with that belt. Name me a time where Barrett won a single match as Intercontinental Champion. It's non-existent. It doesn't happen. That's a fact. It happens. Companies put belts on wrestlers to then try to get other guys over them because they beat the guy with the belt. But then you're diminishing the guy you just built to get the belt. So it's a sequence of just, okay, I'm going to get you over to win the belt. You win the belt, you lose all the time, so you're now no longer over. But while we're doing that, we're building the next guy to beat you for the belt. And it just keeps happening again and again and again, to the point of like, right, is someone going to wake up a minute? I know, Vinnie Mac, you're a toilet and you're very old, but let's come on, just retire with that pension. Imagine his pension. Just retire, you old fuck.
All right, well, now that we're past rule number 996, Rule 1, no contract signings. That's guaranteed. We're gonna write a book. Rule 1, no contract signings. All right, so after that, it fades to black. They end the show. This is one thing I love about Lucha Underground is the fact that the audience knows more like a television show, and that there's always bonus, shocking stuff at the end. Some people don't like that. I like it a lot. I like the fact that the audience knows more than the commentators do. I love the fact that when they go off the air, there's bonus material that only the audience knows about. It just, I don't know. It's done really, really well. You fade to black. They're in a dark room. There's a guy in a hoodie looking down. It's El Dragon Azteca, who's, been in the background of a lot of storylines. And it says, hey, it's supposed to be his destiny, blah, 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 a lot of stuff. He's coming. And the voice, it's so weird because the voice is Rey Mysterio, but when they show it's Rey Mysterio, you still mark the fuck out. You're like, oh, that's cool. They're using Rey Mysterio's voice. Oh, he's in the room with Rey Mysterio. And then he comes into the light, and it's like, oh my God, it's Rey Mysterio. Like, you don't have to fucking trick people like they're fucking third graders for getting people to pop. You just have to tell a good fucking story. So I'm excited. It's my son's, well, now that Umaga passed away, and not counting, it's my son's favorite North American wrestler. Let's just put it that way. So Rey Mysterio. So it'd be cool because my son will like to watch what happened to him. Because my son's favorite wrestler of all time is Umaga. And, well, that's a sad story. Then there's Rey Mysterio, Mystico. He's finally figured out that Sin Cara is not Mystico. But, like, the best part is you should see it. Like, he didn't see it on the internet, but he's just like, Mystico's back at CMLL, and he's wrestling in New Japan. Who the fuck is Sin Cara? Like, it's so great because, like, he doesn't go on dirt sheets or anything, but he's like, oh, I like Sin Cara because he's Mystico. And I'm like, all right. And I'm like, all right, cool. Because, we live in Japan, so we know about as much about CMLL as we do WWE when it comes to the children. And he's like, oh, well, that's cool, Sin Cara. And then Mystico, or his new name, I don't know, he spells it with 76 Z's, is in CMLL. And he's like, wait a second. And like his head just fucking exploded. He's like, Sin Cara's not Mystico. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, this is bullshit. Why didn't anyone tell me? And I'm like, good thing he doesn't go online. So he enjoyed Sin Cara a little bit longer. That and like my daughter's like, if America fucks, because her favorite wrestler is Nakamura, and she doesn't understand. Like she doesn't, like, she's so cute because she's like, why is Nakamura leaving? Oh, because in WWE it's a bigger stage and more money. So why is he leaving? I'm like, well, people want to be on a bigger stage and more money. And he's just like, oh, I guess so. But they better not. He better not. I forget how she said it, but he said the WWE better not embarrass him. And I'm like, I agree. So, yeah, sad time. But yeah, so Rey Mysterio, my son's favorite wrestler, is back. So I look forward to it because he doesn't like it. Like, my kids outside of Dragon Gate only like one or two wrestlers. Like, they're like it's so funny because like I'm like, do you want to go to Wrestle Kingdom? No. Do you want to go to TNA? No. You want to go to WWE? No. You want to go to Dragon Gate? Why haven't we left yet? All right, sorry, we're headed to Dragon Gate now. So there you go. I guess that's the advantage of living in Japan. You get to see more products. Well, you could see more products everywhere, but it just seems like people ain't stuck. All right, live comment time. Overall, I give it a win, but they did break rule number 996. Bucks06134 at Joshua CHNEID 18 on Twitter. You can tweet us at KocoSports. Matter of fact, that's probably the best way to reach us, just because YouTube, the chat is a bit crazy at times. And I'm not talking about the users. I'm just talking about the chat in general. Dave, what do you think about AJ Styles supposedly having backstage heat with Vince McMahon already? Or Vince McShit. He gave him his proper birth name. I just think it's just, we get, like, I don't know, like, I've just given up. I know this sounds bad, but of course he has backstage heat. He's a good wrestler. Vince McMahon hates pro wrestling. Think about it. Like, who? Like, know what I hate about Vince McMahon most is that he honestly thinks that anyone can make it. He goes on Be a Star bullshit. His company does Be a Star. If I had one wish, there was a genie. I would waste a wish on canceling Be a Star. I think it's by far the worst program in the universe. In the universe, ISIS ain't even that. That's too low. But it's fucking bad. It's bad. Like, if you are a teacher at these schools and you do not step up and stop Be a Star, every student in that assembly you have fucking damaged. It's just garbage. It is pure fucking garbage to Be a Star program. But, Vince, if he was just honest, like if he just came out and be like, no, I like big muscles. I want to fucking prove people wrong. I want to fucking do what I want to do. If he said that, I would have no problem him having heat on AJ Styles, him having heat with Dolph Ziggler. I would have no problem. It's like, it makes sense. But to be like, oh, we're going to go with John Cena and Roman Reigns, and I have heat with the talented wrestlers. Of course you do. Let me guess. He has heat with Finn Balor. Nope, not yet, because he's not on the main roster. Look, I'm going to pull a Dave Meltzer. I'm just going to report shit in the future that's going to be absolutely true. You ready? Vince McMahon has heat with Finn Balor on the WWE roster. Vince McMahon has heat with Yuhan Nation. Vince McMahon has heat with Ricochet. Vince McMahon has heat with Nakamura. Vince McMahon has heat with Okada. Vince McMahon has heat with Tanahashi. Vince McMahon has heat with the Mac. I can go on all day. You just tell me who's a great wrestler, and there will be headlines. And I'm not even saying they're not real. I'm Coco Damas over here. I am motherfucking Coco Damas. It doesn't matter. I'm not even saying the fucking headlines ain't real. It's just like, yeah, no shit. He's got talent. Of course he's fucking has heat. All right, let's look. Vince McMahon buys Lucha Underground. He has heat with Sexy Star. He has heat with Pentagon Jr. He has heat with Prince Puma. Of course he does. Because it's not his fucking guy. It's a talented wrestler. He hates pro wrestling. Like, I see these headlines. AJ Styles has backstage heat with Vince McMahon. I'm like, dude, did you write that 20 years ago? Of course he does. Hey, Vince, because the thing is, in NXT, it's like Triple H's project, so they're kind of safe. Dude, wait till they go to the main roster. Who the fuck is it? Prince Pretty. Oh, wow, a good wrestler has heat. I did not see that one coming. Wow. Dude, I will be a headline-making machine. Are you writing all these down? Because I fucking yeah, because when they dude, any professional wrestler who's a good wrestler will always have heat with Vince McMahon. Now, so when you go, is he a good pro wrestler? Then you say, if the answer is yes, they will have heat with Vince McMahon. Let's end the fucking story. Look who doesn't have heat. They can't fucking wrestle their way out of a goddamn paper bag, but they sure do look pretty in fucking spandex. Everyone has fucking heat with Vince McMahon. Jesus
everyone,
Christ.
all these old timers saying, if you want to get to WWE, do this. If you're out there, become a American college football player or an NFL player, and then just say, hey, just go on your Twitter machine, tweet WWE all the time saying, oh, great show. Oh, I love this John Cena. Oh, Make-A-Wish is so adorable. I love John Cena. You will get DM'd on your Twitter machine, and you'll be employed at that performance center by the end of the hour. Okay? If you are a college football player or American football player, whatever the fuck you call it, you're in. Go that route. Don't get trained. Don't become a great worker. Don't bust your ass off all around the world. Become a football player and promote WWE all the time.
It's true. My last show ever, I had NFL stars. I had local NFL stars. I had a lot of WWE talent, a lot of TNA talent, a lot of international talent. This is my last show ever. I was deathly ill, dude. Thank you. Rest in peace, Hack Myers. But Hack Myers ran it back for me. That's how sick I was. I was so sick that fucking when sponsors and building came along, people propped me up. Like, oh, here's the promoter. He looks dead. Yeah, he's dying. So Hack ran in the back, and WWE was in the building. Towards the end of my run, WWE was always in the building. And, yeah, WWE didn't talk to anyone but one NFL player. That's it. They had no interest. They didn't have no interest in the local guys. They didn't have no interest in the international stars. Matter of fact, New Japan was in the house that night, too. We had WWE and New Japan in the house. And New Japan went from athlete to athlete going, hey, this is what you should do. This is what you should do. Hey, fucking here's a card. Check it out. The dojo. Blah, 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 blah. Not WWE. WWE came by, and they're just like, yeah, you're in the NFL. All right. You're obviously a wrestling fan if you're working for Dave. Why don't you come work out for us? No one else. No former WWE guys, not. And the funny thing is, a lot of those former WWE guys, you know who you are sucking that fucking NXT cock.
Bet they are.
Fucking, oh, man. Poor guys. But yeah. Yeah, of course they have heat. He can wrestle. Like, I just fucking gave you fucking 27 fucking million headlines. All right. Oh, I didn't read this. LK, of course. LK reporting on ProWrestling.me. Bull Dempsey released. LK doesn't update anything. And he's like, oh, top story. We're putting this on ProWrestling.me. Of course. All right. Boop, 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 boop. Not Andy Paps. Franielli, Andy Paps' twin brother, says about time, saying about a Lucha Underground thing. And I'm like, real life, sucker. Real life gets in the way. All right, we're going to some live comments, and then we're going to wrap this bad boy up. You'll be doing a TNA review. I might be doing a TNA review. I don't know. I don't know if I have it in me. Is it PJ Black employed by Global Force Wrestling? I think he's on the roster, but I don't know who's employed by anyone. I don't know if you can work multiple things. I don't know how the contract stuff works, but I imagine in Global Force's position, they can't really, demand much of their athletes. I could be wrong, but I imagine it's like, Global Force, but I can also work anywhere. Because he also works, he works a lot of independents. He works a lot of Japan feds. He works around the world. Why did PJ Black, Rey Mysterio says, why did PJ Black lose his debut match? Easy. Because Lucha Underground knows how to fucking do shit right minus Rule 996. There's no fucking way he should have won. Why? Why should he have won? Why? No. I guess it's just because pro wrestling, the bigger stars come in and beat everyone. Not on fucking Dave Koco's watch. Not on Dave Koco's watch. Matter of fact, I remember having WWE guys come up to me and be like, you sure you want me to win? That's not your style. That's how fucking much. Yeah. Yeah, I remember. I don't know if I should call them out, but yeah, there was WWE guys like, are you sure you want me to win? Like, that's not how KocoSports works. I come in, I put over a star, and I leave. You want me to win? So, yeah, because Lucha Underground did it right. PJ Black should have never won. Ever. Obviously he should win. He should become part of the roster. But I think that's just Hollywood. Like, if a Hollywood guy comes to WWE, you just expect him to win. That's wrong. If a WWE guy comes to TNA, you expect him to win. That's just wrong. If you're going to have star power, yeah, have star power to watch it, but introduce the world. Because it does two things. PJ Black losing shows people that only know PJ Black going, wow, this other guy must be really good. And the second one, it shows your loyal fans that your people matter. Your wrestlers matter. No, I think this should be done more often. If I was TNA, let's just rewind back. All right, I'll pick on both because I pick on TNA a lot because they make a lot of mistakes. But if I was WWE, there's no way The Rock beats CM Punk. Never. I would have made the biggest. I would have been fired. That's how much of a stink I would have made. I'd be like, you're fucking wrong. You're fucking wrong. You're fucking wrong. You're fucking wrong. I would have been fired. Trust me. Wouldn't be the first time. Second, in TNA, there's no way any of those WWE guys. I would have hired half the WWE guys Dixie Carter. No, that's not fair. A quarter. I would have hired a quarter of the WWE guys Dixie Carter hired. And I'd be like, yeah, you're losing AJ Styles. AJ Styles is the guy we built the company around. AJ Styles is our guy. You're going to come in, and you're going to, Samoa Joe. There's no way Samoa Joe should have lost the feud with Kurt Angle. Never in a million years. Never in a million years. What you said was, Here's our baddest guy versus their baddest guy in our company, and their baddest guy won. Why? Why? No, why wouldn't he lose? Like, I don't know. Why wouldn't he lose? I'm sorry. If you come work for KocoSports and you got a big reputation, you bet your ass you're putting over one of my fucking local stars. Because the local stars are going to be there tomorrow. The local stars are going to be there the next day. The local stars, that's what people fucking want to know. Like the NWA in its heyday, let's not compare NWA now to then. And NWA's heyday, that's what they did with the champion. You came in and you put on a great match, and your local guy was your local hero. You know, it was and back then in the territories was easier though. Because, like, you could be PJ Black, come to Lucha Underground, lose, win, lose, leave, and make all the Lucha Underground guys look great, then go to Global Force. Lose, make all the local guys look great, then go there, and you'd still have value. The problem is, you know, you got TNA and you got others that just like, oh, come on in, win the title. Come on in, do this. Come on in. Well, that has no value. There's no fucking value. Nothing. Zero. Everyone's wasting their money. It's a business that you have to protect your fucking company. And TNA and WWE don't protect their company because they don't have pride in what they do. Lucha Underground, this was a big thing, minus 996. I'm kind of pissed. The ratings kind of dipped this week for Lucha, but still a win. Yeah, it just sucks. What do you think Rey is going to do this season? I don't know. There's the negative part of me, like the negative part of me, I'm stuttering, I apologize, thinks he's just going to be like Shane Helms and just be a character in the background, like maybe a coach like Conan. But who knows? Maybe he does what Del Rio did and gets a pep in his step and shows the world how great he can be. You know, the positive end is he steps up his game like Del Rio did. Or the negative end is he just shows up like fucking Hurricane Helms and be like, yeah, I got star power. Look at this guy. And he might be going the route of Conan. Somewhere in between, I think, might be the right answer. How can you watch Lucha in Japan? Well, I've said this before. I have Sky Sports. I have J Sports. I have WWE Network. I have New Japan World. And I have sports packages for like most of the Japan feds. With that said, if you're not on one of those 5 channels, it's a pirate's life for me. Arrgh! I have no problem paying for anything, but if I don't have access to it, you bet your ass I'm fucking gonna pirate it. And that's it. It's just the way it is. If I'm an asshole, and I really believe that. It's the same thing. Like there's an anarchist saying, and I'm gonna slaughter this. First, you say, can I work for the bread? And they say no. Then you say, okay, can I have the bread? And then they say no. Then you fucking take the bread. That's it. That's how fucking I live my life. I will work for the bread. If fucking you don't want my money or you don't want my, what I work for, then I will ask you for the bread. Well, hey, I have nothing of value. Can I have the bread? And when they say, no, you can't have the bread, I'm taking the fucking bread. That's it. Let's see. Did they fire Molina from Lucha? I believe so, but I try not to read too much news in the Lucha Underground, especially backstage stuff, because stuff comes as a shock. Like, I already know about Rey Mysterio because of a trailer, But, I did not read any backstage news, so I didn't know the original owner was still part of the company. And then when he showed up at the end of this season premiere, I marked the fuck out. So I try not to watch. I believe she is fired, but I avoid headlines like crazy. How old is Johnny Mundo? To Wikipedia. I don't know. I imagine 30s?
30s? Yeah, probably.
I don't know. Let's see. Johnny Mundo. Johnny Mundo. Age 36. Holy shit. He
Coffin
looks
dodger there.
Amazing.
Got a coffin dodger over there.
Holy shit. 36? Holy shit. Holy shit. 36 looking like that? Good God. The fuck? That's amazing. It is. On Twitter. And he supposedly, because of his action figure contract he had signed before WWE, shake my head. Yeah, it's just fucking stupid. He's just going to have any heat on anything. Oh, it's a contract, fucking figure, blah, 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 blah. That's just... I'm sorry I had to make a living.
You could have called me 3 years ago and offered me the same contract and I might be there, you stupid old fuck. Oh, yeah. I hate Vince McMahon with a passion.
Yeah, I'm not a big Vince McMahon fan at all. All right. Let's see. Boop, 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 ba-da, ba-ba-da-ba. I think that might be it on the Twitter and Facebook. So let's go back to live chats. Book. How many copies have you sold with your books? Well, that's a trick question. If I ghost written it, a shit ton. I've ghost written a lot of famous books. With my actual name, 0. So yeah, so like it just depends. I've ghost written books. I've just basically I've never put my name on a book. This book coming out will be the first one I've used my name. It broke a lot of fucking rules, so hopefully it does well. But yeah, I've made a living off writing, but I've never made a living off my name, and I hope that changes. I have a shit ton because I write constantly, but I was actually going to self-publish, but then my co-writer, because I co-wrote a couple books, he came to me and said, we should just try a publisher. No one's going to fucking want to publish this. You know what I mean? Like, because I've been in the writing business. It's just fucking, it's sadly pathetic how formula it is. Like, I don't know. I just want to do my own thing and not do a formula. But because the whole thing is, if you're going to follow a formula, you might as well just be a ghostwriter and get paid more. So, yeah, no, I was going to self-publish. It would probably have been out by now, but that's another argument for another day. And my co-writer said, no, let's just hit up a couple agents. Let's hit up a couple things. And, like, I was like, all right, whatever. Here's my book, publishers. I can't wait for the no's. I'm just fucking waiting. Because we break a lot of rules. Like, there's rules where people are like, you don't do that in a book. You don't do that in a book. And not like, oh, I'm fucking not doing story structure. I'm not doing that. It's just, it's dark. And a lot of times, like, what the publishing world sees as dark is not what I see as dark. So I was just like, all right, we're just going to get no. And then we got back and we got like 6 yeses. And I was like, oh, we got to shop around. Like, God damn it. And then we found a good publisher. Hopefully it works out. It's really stressful and nervous because writers say this all the time. Writing the book is the easiest part. And when I was a ghostwriter, I was like, fuck you. That's fucking hard. But now that I'm actually writing with my own name, I'm like, oh, fuck. I get it. Writing the book's the easiest part. Cover, photo. Like, I got a photo shoot in a couple hours, and oh god, am I not good looking. Yeah. So like, it's really hard after the book is written, and hopefully, like, I want to sell enough books to, like, these are my life goals. I want to sell enough books where I can podcast every day and do whatever the fuck I want. I want to sell enough books to keep my publisher happy. And I want to sell enough books that my wife shuts the fuck up. Like, it's always funny because, like, people are like, how much money do you want? Like, a lot of times I negotiate in business, and a lot of times I negotiate with different things. And I'm like, how much money do you want? And I always say the same thing. Enough money for my wife to shut the fuck up. Well, how much is that? I'm not sure. We haven't reached it yet. How much? I don't know. How much? Because if it was me, oh, God, I would live in a shed with the best internet in the world in the middle of nowhere. Right. I'd be living in a PWME headquarters. I hear Prince Puma won't be in season 3. Oh, that's sad. Not as seen enough says not as bad shit insane as last week, but still a hell of a show. Yeah, I could agree with that. Ray says if Lucha moved to a bigger network like USA, it would be more popular. Yeah, that's just I like how, and that's not even how good the product is. That's just television. You're on a bigger stage. I liked how Muertes is still watching the matches and selling his broken arm. Me too. I watched Straight Shoot for curiosity. I wanted to shoot myself. He's got a gimmick going. I don't agree with it, but it works. It works really good. But yeah. In one of the podcasts I promoted Coco. Don't do that. Don't promote Coco Sports. There's no need. Here's the thing. I kind of want to grow the channel, but grow the channel the right way. Like, I could buy subscribers, I could buy likes, I could go and promote my show on other YouTube channels. It's dirty, and I don't need the money. So, like, I kind of want to build the internet inventory the right way. Like, if you have a friend that's like, oh, do you listen to podcasts and you have a conversation? Yeah. But don't go to another show and advertise us just because it's kind of fucking dirty.
It looks like we've told you to go in there.
Yeah. And not only that, but people have fake accounts and they do it, and I just don't want to be a part of it. But I watched Straight. Let's see. I want to have Pro Sports in the comments because that show is shit. Yeah, don't do that. Hopefully, people just find it. Just because, I don't want to blast other shows, but there's other shows that have fake accounts and do that. And there's dirty. YouTube's a very dirty place. And I kind of would rather, A, I want it to be my voice, and B, I want it to be like, hey, if we fail, at least we weren't fucking dirty scumbags. So, yeah, if you have friends that are like, hey, I watched this, that's cool. But to go on someone else's show is kind of a dick move. Let's see. I think they get paid to be WWE. No, I don't think they get paid by WWE to be positive. I just think it's a gimmick. There's a gimmick here in YouTube. It's very easy to do. If you want tips on how to be a scumbag, buy subscribers, buy likes, make fake accounts. Now, granted, you'll get caught and be suspended, but YouTube's fucking a piece of shit. Doesn't care. Buy subscribers, buy likes, make fake accounts, and go hit other shows saying, oh, this show sucks, you should check this out. And decide, are you going to be always positive or always negative? Because if you're positive about something, and you'll get more subscribers. If you're negative about something, you'll get more subscribers. Being in the middle, giving your honest opinion, it's harder to build up an audience that way. It really is. So I don't want to, because my full-time job, or one of my full-time jobs, I wear a lot of hats. I'm in charge of marketing companies, and I know how to game the system. We could have 30 subscribers, 30,000 subscribers, and 1 million likes every show, and get away with it. But I kind of I don't want to do that. I want to be like, no, this is it. We're doing it the right way. We're doing it the right way. We're building a foundation. So yeah, I appreciate the love, but don't go to other shows and promote us. It's just, that's what people do that use YouTube the wrong way, and I don't want to do it that way. And all that, but if you're always positive and always negative, it's not your voice. So what's the point of having an audience? But that's another topic for another day. Imagine, and people don't get paid. There's just a benefit to being positive, and not only that, but you can also try to get a job. A lot of times, reviewers, it's their resume. What's her name? Who's Titty Master's girlfriend?
Renee Young.
Every podcaster wants to be Renee Young because she started off in podcasting. She started off in doing a show, television show, but basically the same thing. I don't think there's no difference between television shows and podcasts these days. But that's what they do, and they do. There are people out there that are like, well, if you're positive about pro wrestling, you can get it. No, I've been offered jobs by fucking 2 out of 3 national companies. I don't want to say which ones, but you can figure it out. It's not Ring of Honor. I've been offered jobs by them, and no, it doesn't matter if it's positive or negative. It matters results. When WWE comes in, wow, this guy drew 3,000 people with nobody but local talents. Wow, everyone that we talk to says he's great at fucking booking. Wow, he fucking blah, blah, blah. That's what they look at. They're not going to be like, well, I watched your podcast and you were a little negative. I watched your podcast and you're a little too... They don't give a fuck. People think they give a fuck. They do. I guarantee I made more money off WWE and TNA than these positive reviewers. Because they don't give a fuck. No one goes, well, I saw your podcast and you were positive. Come on in. No. Now, granted, when you're a complete asshole backstage 24/7 and the way you act on your podcast is the way you act in real life, that might be a problem. But having negative podcasting, can you imagine? Look, Paul Heyman, Jim Cornette, Eric Bishop. You're fucking stupid. You're just, and not you for asking a question. Podcasters that think this way. And, everyone's like, well, I'm going to be the next Renee Young. Well, Renee Young, A, is talented, and B, is beautiful. She's television good looking. There's a difference between being television good looking and being a bag of shit. But people think, like, oh, I'm going to get a job in creative. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And a lot of times, like, they use the TNA guys as an example. The TNA guys are former WWE guys. The only reason you get interviews is someone recommends you or you do something that they're confused about. When they walk into a building and there's 3,000 people and they're like, I have no idea who's on the roster, who's running this show. That gets you in the front door. Not, I think everything is wonderful. Wow, that guy on YouTube thinks we're wonderful. You gotta get him a job. Get him a job. It's just, yeah. Imagine the Wyatt family in Lucha Underground. Yeah, that would be pretty amazing. I also like that the matches make you think that somebody else might win, like the Mundo versus Killshot match. Yeah. Matt Striker is the best commentator when he's not in Japan. I added that last part. What do you think of Vampiro? I love Vampiro, but he has flaws. Did you just describe Ty Lopez? I don't know who Ty Lopez is. People are making fun of Street Shoot. It's a work. He's got his gimmick. You know what I mean?
It's a camera. It's a camera face. The minute he turns that camera off, it's bop.
Well, not only that, but like it's one of those things. It's like being you know what it is? YouTube. I know this is gonna sound horrible. YouTube is like being a prostitute. How far are you willing to go? And like I'm sitting here on my corner and be like, hey, this is how far I'm willing to go. And then you see someone down the street that's willing to go a lot farther and has no soul. As a prostitute, you're kind of like, yeah, well, he's getting his. You know what I mean? Like, I would never do that.
But hope it doesn't hurt too much.
Yeah. Well, I tell fans to watch Lucha Underground, they just roll their eyes. Yeah, it's just people are stuck. It's propaganda. People are stuck. But also that, I think TNA hurts it. I think, like, here's the thing. TNA is the gateway drug to alternatives. And if you go, TNA is awesome, it's better than WWE, and they turn on this Thursday show, they're never going to check out other alternatives. I honestly think, if you want a conspiracy theory, I honestly believe Vince McMahon funds TNA. Vince McMahon is behind TNA because, like, it benefits him. TNA benefits WWE way more than fucking WWE benefits WWE. Because, A, it eliminates any rich person because they're like, let's say Mark Cuban, random rich person. Mark Cuban. He likes pro wrestling. They treat Mark Cuban like crazy. But let's say Mark Cuban's like, hey, I do HDTV. I do products. I take chances. Let me check out a wrestling thing. And Mark Cuban is smart. Even though he does take risk on things, he's still a businessman. He's going to be like, well, I have money. What can I do? Let's do some research. And he's going to get his people who are a lot smarter than him, who work behind him, and be like, there's this Dixie Carter girl. She meant this much, and it's horrible. And then Mark Cuban's like, all right, I'll just be a guest host on Raw. That's it. And the thing is, also, it does with alternatives. Every time you say TNA is absolutely amazing, and it's not, people are going to check out TNA as an alternative first. And when they realize this week was like, oh, there's a 4-minute great promo, and the rest is all failed fucking SmackDown. Why? I think people are lazy, but I also think Vince McMahon is really good at protecting himself and propaganda. And that's it. And out of that, but I think it's weird because, I'm old. LK doesn't know about this, but let me tell you about walking up the hill in snow both ways. We had to fucking go in magazines and do tape trading. Now you can get access to anything, and you just don't. I don't know. But yeah, Joshua, yes, I just blocked from the channel because I cursed them out. Okay. Yes, don't do that. Boop, boop, boop. Go there, live stream, go to write how big dipshits they are. I swear I'll reach WWE's payroll. All right. You guys are really fucking. Just know it's an act. It's not real. You know what I mean? I honestly, and I don't mean this as an insult because he's getting his, I see him as the Wiggles. when the Wiggles go off stage, he ain't fucking that person. Same thing with the guys out of Milwaukee. I don't know. My favorite thing about a YouTuber is, or like someone who's always positive, is when you see that breaking point and they're like, "Oh, let me be honest." It's like, well, what was that fucking 12 years of content then? I love that. You get that shit a lot at the Milwaukee show. They're like, everything is awesome, and then one guy will break. I mean, let me be honest. Well, your credibility is gone. You just be you. Let it be your voice. Koco, how hard is it being a dad? It depends. Sometimes really hard, sometimes really easy. Sometimes money is a factor, health is a factor. There's a lot of factors in being a dad. But it's still, even with money, it's not easy. It's not an easy job, and that's why so many people ditch on it. Being a dad is not easy, but at the same time, there's a lot of factors. Like, example, I have a nanny. So, like, would I be as good of a father if I didn't have a nanny? Probably not. You know what I mean? I work at home constantly. I like Fridays I go out, and Wednesdays I go out. So Fridays I'm out all day, and Wednesday I'm out for like 4 or 5 hours. But besides that, I work from home. It's very rarely that I go out, so it's easy for me, because I'm here 24/7. Like, a lot of times people will be like, oh, you do YouTube and you're a dad. Well, yeah, but I've been on 3 hours, but I'm still here. There's a nanny, there's a maid. So it depends. But being a dad is difficult, especially like when it comes to the hardest part of being a dad is, like, I want a PlayStation 4. I have the money to buy a PlayStation 4. But since I have kids, every time I go to buy a PlayStation 4, I'm like, oh, what if something goes wrong? And you feel guilty by spending money on yourself. But no, it can be really hard. It just depends. Fred Yelly says, hello, everyone. Hey, what's up? Josh Wishoda says, the whole community is... okay, he's talking about another show. Rey Mysterio says, Koco, I want to take this girl on a date, but she's kind of slutty. Should I stay away? Okay, jump in if you want.
I already answered it, Dave. I already answered it in the comments, so you didn't have to talk about this on air. I already answered it in the comments.
I'm just gonna give the shortest answer ever. And I would never. No, I don't like. I would rather. There's just no. There's nothing.
The way I put it is, just say the slut. Say she's a 10 out of 10. I'd rather go for a 6, 7, 8 out of 10, but she's actually a person you actually want to wake up next to the next night instead of, yeah, it's all right if you leave now, you're a bit of a slut, aren't you? Just go for it. Just go for a genuine nice person who you'd like to spend time with after you do your business at night.
Yeah. People asking how hard it is to be a dad. It's up and down. It really is. But I have a lot of advantages that other people don't have. I imagine working 2 full-time jobs, it's got to be harder, not being able, not having a nanny, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of factors. I'm not the best guy to do it, but you just be there for your kids. I mean, there it is. Like, and not like, but you always feel guilty. Like, oh my God, I did a podcast for 2 hours. I'm the worst dad ever. I think that's where a good dad comes in. It's called dad guilt. Glad the Mac beat PJ. Mac, me too. And the Sneaker Addict. Welcome back, Sneaker Addict. There's a guy that you should find out about YouTube. I had no idea how successful the Sneaker Addict was, and he used to be he's still part of the internet infantry. He's just not as active as he used to be. And I remember him like coming on. I'm like, oh, cool, you're into sneakers and stuff. That's cool. And then like one day, I don't know why, I was just clicked on his profile. I'm like, oh, I don't know anything about sneakers. Let me see. This motherfucker is like the king of fucking sneakers. I was like, I didn't even know YouTube numbers went up that high. So if you're into sneakers, check out the Sneaker Addict. Plus, he sometimes does wrestling interviews and stuff like that. So yeah. No porn allowed in the chat anymore. Yeah, well. Yeah, we had to draw the line. I actually might have a porn type announcement in the future, and it's not me doing porn. No, what you call it? A YouTube network just hired me to do a really funny porn type show, but it's not what you think. But maybe I'll bring it up. More people making fun of straight shoots. just let it go, man. If you don't like it, just don't watch. You know, it's just because the thing is, it's a matter of fact, do you think he's genuine? And if you don't think he's genuine, then don't worry about it. I have no idea where the fuck the comments went. All right. All right. Wants to know more about AJ's backstage heat. I think, according to Twitter, this ain't my source, so Vince McMahon is mad at AJ because he signed some type of contract with action figures. They also said Baylor Creed match was boring. Yeah, well, it is what it is. You know what I mean? And it could be just a sports entertainment. I don't know. Of course, they hate NXT. Yeah. Let's see. Boop, 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 boop. I'm skipping all this straight shoot stuff. Rey just says, does Lucha have other tag teams besides Disciples of Death? Yeah, they have the Mighty Ducks. It's a 3-man team, and the storyline is absolutely awesome. So yeah, check it out. That's not their official name, but yeah, they have other 6-man tags. But the thing is, they do have other 6-man tags, but I don't know who survived season 2. Like in season 1, they had multiple 6-man tags, but I don't know if they're going to be around for season 2. So I don't know. But yeah, they have won the former champs. So they have another team. Do they have more teams? I don't know, because with the season breaks, you never know what's going to happen. The Disciples of Death have no personal connection. I agree with that. Okay, answered a tough question. Every Thursday, I kill myself because I'm curious of what they say on the air. Well, that's how they get you. It's the same thing with what's his face? Fuck, who's the real famous radio guy from America? Howard Stern. Howard Stern. Sometimes, like, it's the same thing in news. If you're all left or all right, you're going to get people that want to know what you say. If you're all positive, all negative, people want to say. It's hard to build an audience in any platform where you're down the middle and you're giving opinions, because you lose people. They want, like, look at it just American news. I'm sure British news is the same way. I would say Japan news, but Japan news is fucking insane weird. But in American news, you have the right network, you have the left network, and the network who just sucks off the government and has no strong alliance to the left or right is horrible in ratings. It's just the way it is. Same thing with pro wrestling reviews. If you're all positive, all negative, you're going to build a better audience because it's a voice. It's like when you have different opinions and you sway back and forth, you lose subscribers. Like, you know, I could be like, oh, WWE is amazing. People are like, he agrees with me. WWE is horrible. He agrees with me. But then you're like, all right, well, this is what they did right. This is what they did wrong. I'm like, wait a second. You're not leaning to one side tremendously. And it's not just a YouTube pro wrestling thing. I know that, but YouTube, it's a younger generation. The younger generations want to be a lot more positive, so it benefits you. Like me and LK, we always joke that we would start another channel called Positive Reviews, and I'd be Superman 99. He would be the mirror, and that's an inside joke because social media is going to become a mirror because people just friend and unfriend real-life friends for like stuff they disagree with. So eventually it's going to be a mirror going, you're absolutely right, Dave. Woo! That's going to be social media in the future. It's the downfall of Facebook and YouTube. But we were thinking about starting a channel. We might do it. I just, we don't even have time to do a real show. And we were not going to watch the shows and just give bullshit positive reviews. Blame everything on the IWC, whatever company we're reviewing, be like, it's bullshit, it's amazing. And I guarantee, without even cheating the system, we'll get a shit ton of subscribers. And the thing is, I was going to do it like Stephen Colbert, and like there would be a couple people in on the joke, but then there would be thousands that are not in on the joke. They'd be like, fine. Like, I just think the name, positive, like either positive reviews, just that name is fucking hilarious to me. Would you marry a porn star? A lot of my friends have married porn stars. I would say, me personally, probably not. But I've met Japanese porn stars. I've met American porn stars. Like, it's just a job, and when it's done, they're done. It also depends on what type of porn. You know what I mean? Me personally, I would say no. But some of my best friends married porn actresses, and I don't judge them. Now, granted, none of them married someone that's in like a 97 fucking man gangbang or I blew 400 fucking cocks and all that shit. But yeah, there's some really nice porn stars. Would I do it? Probably not. But would someone else? I don't judge you. Now, I would judge you if it's dirty porn. You know what I mean? Like, there's a line. There's a line. Let's see. The Marty Moth's sexy star is too weird. Yeah, that was a bit weird. He said ranting don't mean anything. I guess. Well, fucking sucking dick doesn't mean anything, but he still does it. Alec Douglas, someone tried to say lower ratings don't mean people are turning off. That literally, that's what lower ratings mean. Yeah. It means people are switching. The thing is, ratings are fucking bullshit in America. I don't know how they're done in the UK, but they're pure bullshit in America. Ratings, they find out how the Nielsen rating system works, and you're just going to be like, wow, that's bullshit. That, what? The rating system in America is pure bullshit. With that said, it's the only system we have to rank shit. That's why I always like Vince Russo. You don't know the fucking minute to minute. I know ratings, all right? I was a Nielsen family. I've worked in television. It is bullshit. It is bullshit. Do you know how you know how like certain shows have the top ratings in the world? And you're like, wow, how do they get ratings? I don't know many people that watch it in my circle. It's this way. They give you a box and they give you a trial period. And if you don't watch the right shows, they don't let you be in the ratings anymore. Why do you think porn doesn't rank well? Because if you watch porn and you're a Nielsen family, they take the box away. All right? If you think porn doesn't get goddamn ratings, you're wrong. And it's just, there's different things. You're like, well, there's cable, there's this, there's that. It's not fucking real. With that said, it's the best system America has. I don't know how it is done in the UK, but in America, the ratings is fucking bullshit. It's just garbage. But it's the best system we have. It's the only system we have. And with that, yeah, it does mean they're changing the channels. It does mean they're turning off their television. That's what the fuck. And then now it's not mean everyone. Like, I mean, if he's like, well, not everyone turned off the television. Yeah, without a doubt. But the Nielsen ratings, that means the Nielsen families turned it off. That's what it means. Yes. Is the system bullshit? Yes. But when the ratings go up or down on this bullshit system, it is by changing the channel and turning your television off. Like, what the fuck do you... Like, I don't know. Maybe they're like, well, you know, it doesn't count because it's only a select few. And without a doubt, if you're attacking the Nielsen rating system, hey, I'm on board. It's bullshit. It's not fucking real. But if you are saying, no, that's what we're comparing everyone else to, then no, without a doubt, it's people turning it off. The fuck? What are they doing? Well, like, I just want to, like, all right, if you're saying the Nielsen ratings are bullshit, okay, I'm on board. But if you're like, oh, no, we're going to count the Nielsen ratings. Oh, well, the ratings went down. That doesn't mean people are turning off their channels. Yes, it does. What the fuck do you think that means? That's all that it fucking means. Now, if you're saying everybody doesn't change their channel, yeah, but that's not how they fucking do the system, even though it's all digitally, and they could. Because, dude, if you went off the rating systems, human society would look horrible. It would look horrible. If you watch porn, if you like, here's the thing. If you ever become a Nielsen rating family and you're in a trial period, watch the top networks and don't watch porn. And that's an easy, I think they pay you, at the time, they paid you like $80 a month. So they're basically paying your cable bill. So, like, yeah, if you want to be part of the Nielsen rating, just have yourself a little iTablet to watch your porn, and then be like, I'm watching American Idol. Are you really? No, but I need that $80. That's it. It's fucking, yeah, so like, but let's just say Nielsen rating class over with. If you're considering the Nielsen ratings, what you're measuring TV shows by, and it goes down, yes, that's exactly what it fucking means. Why would it go down? Why would it go down? Let's see. Wow, Lucha made one mistake. Why can't WWE do that? Yeah. So the 2.3 million, how much is that down before that? Oh, I have no idea.
No. They didn't. The 2.3 was the TV rating. Viewership wise, they got 3.3, which is down from the week before's 4.1. So nearly 1 million people turned off this week's Raw. but it was gradual. So, for instance, last week's Raw, the good one with The Rock, well, the goodish one, the first 2 hours that were great, it was like 4.3, 4.2, 4.1, because obviously people are turning off because they're going to go to bed because it's on at late night. This week's Raw was like 3.8, woof, 3.5, woof, 3.1. Like, people were just tuning off, and it's simple. They don't promote anything. Last week they promoted, this week they didn't again. It's simple. If you're not going to promote anything, why are people going to stick around to 11 o'clock at night to watch it? They're not. Simple.
Muhammad says, with a woman recently becoming the #1 contender for the Lucha Underground Championship, is this an opportunity for more females to chase for the main title in the future? Yes, but I also think it's got to be done right. It can't be fucking ridiculous. But yeah, I think they're, you know, they're breaking grounds, and I think like it can be done, but the women have to be worthy of it. The storyline has to make sense. I don't want to see women wrestlers be used as a publicity stunt. I want to see writers find creative ways for it to make sense. I want to see athletes that it makes sense. You know, and a lot of people are like, oh, well, a woman can't beat a man. I bet you $1 million. $1 million Ronda Rousey can beat this shit out of me. You know what I mean? So it just depends on the matchup. And the same thing with most of the UFC girls. Like, there's not a girl under the UFC contract right now that can't kick the shit out of me. So, like, yeah, it just depends on the girl, the athlete. I'm sorry, the woman, I apologize. The woman, the athlete, and the storyline. You know, if you're not doing it as a publicity stunt, like, there's a difference between the Bellas, which is a publicity stunt, and Ivelisse, who's an athlete. There's a difference. If you don't know the difference, then yeah, it could be. Skipping a lot of stuff. Malik Douglas, Puma and Pentagon beating Disciples of Death was kind of stupid. I agree. Not only a handicap, but a handicap against the champs. Yeah, I agree with you 100%, Malik Douglas. I mean, everyone makes a mistake, right? It's not like that when Hornswoggle beat Chavo for the Cruiserweight title or something. Yeah, it's just, it's not a perfect. It's a win. There's stuff that's wrong with it. All right, give me 5 seconds. Oh, not too important. Sorry, I don't know. I'm not gonna be able to do the TNA review with you, buddy. You're gonna have to do that one on your own.
Speed this bad boy up then. Speed this bad boy up then.
All right, how many rules are there? I don't know. There's a lot. I might have to make a free ebook. People are asking about paying for YouTube. This is my thing, and LK is gonna fucking beat me, and this might be a clip that comes back to haunt me. I think just being on YouTube, giving your opinion, not actually making stuff, just not something you should pay for. Now, I could fucking one day charge you, and you'd play this clip and be like, Dave's a fucking hypocrite. Look at Dave. But I just don't. Like, I believe, like, if you like a YouTuber, buy a T-shirt. If you like a YouTuber, buy actual physical product. If you put a lot of effort into it, maybe a membership area. And LK disagrees with me on this. This is something we don't see eye to eye. I just know, like, here's an example. I watch Philip DeFranco. Is he good? I don't know. It's just Philip DeFranco is my Monday Night Raw of YouTube. It's like, I've been watching Philip DeFranco fucking forever, so I still watch Philip DeFranco. But at the day Philip DeFranco goes, hey, you watch me every day on, you know, I usually watch it on the way to work. Gary Vaynerchuk. These are two guys that these are two YouTubers I watch every day. Gary Vaynerchuk and Philip DeFranco. For different reasons. But I'll watch them, and then the day they're like, oh, you have to pay for my content, I won't. But the day they're like, hey, I have a T-shirt. Hey, I have a book. I would totally buy that instead. But that's just me. I have no plans on ever charging you for anything. I will shill shit like, hey, buy my shirt. Hey, fucking buy this. Hey, buy that. I will shill shit because, you know, food. But I don't think paying to hear someone talk, I don't know. Like, even me, like, I get paid lots of money to give speeches, you know, presentations, and I think it's fucking ridiculous. Like, every year, certain television networks in Japan are like, oh, this guy's an expert at this. Let's pay him tons of money. And I put on, and it's a lot of money because I get a haircut and shave. That's what you know is a lot of money. I get a haircut and shave. I wear a suit. I don't wear a tie because I made a rule that I hopefully will never have to wear a tie again. I don't wear a tie, but I wear a suit and I just give a fucking speech, and the whole time I'm there, I'm like, you fucking idiots are paying me way too much. But that's just me. I think like books, T-shirts, all that shit is awesome. But to ask for money, I don't know. I don't know. Now, granted, LK will probably switch the way we do shit, and then you can have this clip and be like, Dave is so full of shit. Look at him. Until that day, that's the thing. Now, like Douglas, maybe Rock could go to Lucha Underground and boost the ratings. I can only hope. I don't think that would happen. That'd be awesome.
There is more chance of the Pope smashing through this window, pulling my shorts down live on the air, wanking me off than The Rock going to Lucha Underground.
Yeah. So there you go. Do your kids speak English? All my kids are bilingual. Lucha Underground is great. It's a new way of wrestling. I agree. Us wrestling fans needed this. I agree. That's from the Sneaker Addict. You remember when WWE did that stand-up for WWE thing when Linda was trying to vote for Senate? Come on. Vince has no shame. That is very true. Does Vince watch porn? Yes. The Sneaker Addict. Those white cement 4s are fine. Coco Damas has spoken. Vince gets a boner for Big Show versus Reigns matches. This podcast speaks the truth. In language I don't speak. I'm just going as fast as I can. I apologize. Would Rey Mysterio be a good heel? No. Thanks, David LK, for honest reviews. Too many fucktard reviews on YouTube. I appreciate the kind words. Is your wife Japanese? Yes. I just want to throw punch that fucker. Yeah. I just imagine he's not like that off camera. Hello, my name is Pika Paruka. I like you. I appreciate that, Pika. Who are you? Why are you so fat? That's awesome. I actually answered this. Why are you so fat? I don't know if he's being mean or like on Koco Plays. My son interviewed me, and that was the first question. So go to Koco Plays, look for the thing where my son interviews me. My son, we did a school project, and he wrote I think 20 questions, and I just decided to make a podcast about it. And his first question is, "Why are you so fat?" So I don't know if you're being a troll. But here's the thing. I've actually answered that. So check out channel Koco Plays. Let's see. I respect your show, and I'll always be here. Appreciate it, Ray. You guys are doing great work. I want to be honest with you. Appreciate it. And Adrian says, I'm sorry, I just love your name. I like this podcast. It's the best in the business. Appreciate it. Guy who doesn't lie. Guy who doesn't lie for views, a.k.a. American Alucard. Still haven't gotten to Lucha, but did watch season 2, episode 1, and it was very good in ring, but the stories were mad stupid. Well, I guess. I mean, wait. All right. It's hard to fucking argue with people that you just know they love a certain product, because then how do you not bring up an argument and not attack that certain product? I don't know. I watched season 1. I enjoyed the storylines. I think they took a lot of chances, and the thing is with season 1. They took a lot of chances and tried different stuff, but if you watch season 1, they did it slowly. So, it was kind of like Lost and J.J. Abrams, where, when they took a chance, you trusted them. So I think if you're coming in on season 2, you didn't go on that journey, and you're just like, wow, they're doing storylines no one else did, and they did not build that trust. So that's why I think maybe you would enjoy the storylines a little bit more if you watched all of season 1, because they built up the trust. The same thing, I compare it to Lost. If a polar bear just showed up out of nowhere in J.J. Abrams' Lost in episode 1, you'd be like, this is fucking stupid. But the thing is, J.J. Abrams and Stephen King is famous at this. J.J. Abrams, Stephen King, what they do is they make something unbelievable believable by working your way up slowly. And I think that's going to be a problem in season 2, because the people that watch season 1 are like, oh no, they're crazy fucking storylines. We're along for the ride because we know there's going to be a good payoff. But if you just came in at season 2, you're just like, wow, these are fucking crazy storylines. But it built the trust. Let's just take Stephen King, all right? Stephen King. I don't know why I keep showing this book. My friend left it over here, but I love Stephen King. This ain't one of his best. But it's basically about a cell phone. The cell phone rings, and you all become zombies. That sounds ridiculous, but he's such a great storyteller, you have trust. Same thing with J.J. Abrams' Lost. Same thing with Stephen King's when he goes back in time to save JFK. lot of these storylines are like, these are fucking crazy. But if you're just jumping in chapter 8 or whatever, you think it's crazy. But if you built the trust with them, they go. And that's something a lot of American television don't have. Now, here's the problem with Lucha Underground is a lot of people might be checking out season 2, and they haven't built that trust. So if you think the storylines are crazy, I would just say give it time. But I wouldn't even say that because, like, that's not fair. I mean, WWE and TNA fans say give it time all the time, and it never pans out. I would say marathon part 1, and if you didn't like part 1, maybe the product's not for you. I mean, that's it. LK TNA review is going to be awesome because I'll be there. Cool. What is a Darewolf and what is a Cobra? They're just random names. I mean, I think like Darewolf, I think they even mentioned this on the air. Darewolf is like half Daredevil, half werewolf. I don't fucking know. What is the Stone Cold? I don't fucking know. It's just marketing. It's just a name. Some of it's a bit, different, but you also get the people that, there was a time where WWE just used real names. I personally like that. But there was fans that complained when they used real names. Like, why is he Shelton Benjamin and not fucking Super Night Moon 7? So I guess it just depends. But yeah, the Darewolf and Cobra Moon, it's just a name, So there you go. Thank you, Ole, Sammy, Ole. I'm going to go through this one more time, and then I have to go because people are like, oh, you're so late. All right, boom, boom. Boom, boom's a little late to the party. He's partying about Bull Dempsey being released by WWE. But that means Bull Dempsey could show up anywhere. Oh, my God. Where's the worst place Bull Dempsey could show up? I don't know.
Ring of Honor. Probably Ring of Honor.
Yeah, that would be horrible. Because I think, I don't know. Well, TNA would take anybody.
Dude, he's already signed with TNA. What are you talking about? We could do a bit of Dave Meltzer. Bull Dempsey
I think Lucha Underground would use him as, like, they would just fucking build a crazy story around him. And I think New Japan would just be like, he's the American brother of Captain New Japan. That would be it. It would be like America New Japan or Captain America New Japan. I don't know. They can work on it. But yeah. So yeah, I don't know. It would be sad wherever he winds up. Hopefully he finds success in something else.
Yeah, just not pro wrestling.
Oh, Andy Papp says just got back from 5BW wrestling show. No problem. Hopefully you had a good time. Live wrestling is so much better than that. Who was your standout for season 1? There was a lot, but I think Prince Puma. All right, I'm really late. I think that's it. LK, you will be back with a TNA review. I might join you for a couple minutes and then check out, but I don't know. Can I just give my TNA review now? The EC3 promo was pure gold. It was probably one of the best promos of the year, probably one of the best promos in TNA history. That's it. That's all I got. The rest was horrible. And the thing is, you can be like, oh, it wasn't bad. It was bad. TNA is bad. If you put a SmackDown logo on it, you agree. There's not, like, if you watched that episode minus EC3 promo and say it's better than WWE, you're lying to yourself. It's not. If I want to watch someone fail at being WWE, I'd watch WWE fail at being WWE. And now, is TNA always this bad? No. But the last 2 weeks, without a doubt, is garbage. And you can be like, well, how are you going to spin it? How are we going to fucking say it's not good? No. EC3's promo of the year, EC3, you can watch it on YouTube, maybe one of the best promos in TNA history. The rest, anyone who thinks that was good, you put a SmackDown logo on that same exact show, you'd be shitting on it. That's my review. Hopefully you have a better review than me. My review, I was talking to Boom about this. I would love to review just EC3. That's it. Because, like, dude, there's nothing, man. There's nothing. You got the American Wolves, okay. But it's just not good. I know people are going to disagree, but I think saying it's better than WWE is like lying to yourself. I just think it's lying. Is WWE good? No. But at least they're failing at being horrible. You're just failing at being them. Jesus Christ. All right. I imagine fucking other people are gonna say stuff. Matt Hardy equals ratings for 1 week.
Dude, who was that? Who was that? They block him. Block him. Matt Hardy.
It's all they say.
Matt Hardy equals ratings.
Yeah. So there you go. I think that's it. And I guarantee I'm going to refresh. I guarantee there's a thumbs down.
Dude, get you.
Yep, 2. I fucking knew it. There was none. There was none. There was no thumbs down. If I could do like, oh, let me just talk DNA for 5 seconds. 2 thumbs down. Woo! This is why we don't review TNA. Woo! I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. I knew it. I fucking knew it. I knew it. A good day, sir. A good day. TNA review with LK only next. Oh man, did you? Oh, I wish I called that shot. I wish I called that shot beforehand, sir. I wish I fucking called that shot beforehand. Holy shit, that's the highlight. All right, a huge win for Lucha Underground. All right.
Are you ready?
How about this? How about this? Let's look at our subscriber account, right?
It was at 6859. That's what it was.
6859. All right, and let's see after TNA review. Watch it drop.
Okay.
All right, let's watch. It's just, why don't you cover TNA more? You're about to find out. We fucking talked about it for 5 fucking seconds in comment time for Lucha Underground, and fucking now we got to pay the price. All right, let's see. What do you think? Because like usually we get like 12 subscribers for WWE Raw. We'd usually get like 5 or 8 subscribers for that, and then when we did TNA, we'd lose like 10 plus subscribers. Do you think we lose complete 10 subscribers?
No, because it's a bit later, so I don't think anyone will watch it. How about that?
All right. We got our predictions out. All right, like, comment, subscribe. I have to go to a photo shoot. Is it safe to say I'm the ugliest man that ever had a photo shoot? A second photo shoot, by the way, not even a first photo shoot. There are what's Instagram? There's Instagram models that look beautiful and don't have photo shoots. My fat ugly ass is gonna have a second photo shoot. Life's not fair. All right. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out KocoSports.net, and please sign up for ProWrestling.me. TNA review coming up next. And LK, good luck, sir. Good luck, sir. You got anything else to say before I wrap this bad boy up? I'm just looking for quick comments.
No, I'm going to quickly go make myself a coffee so I can get ready to absolutely go off on one.
All right, with that, I am over.